Hello, this is Agent 1996 Films. Today we'll be talking about the season finale, season 3, Sons of Anarchy. This aired on November 30th, and first, before we actually go into details about the season finale, we need to talk about season's 2 finale because a lot of the theme from season 2, a lot of the events in season 2 carried over and affected a lot of the main line in season 3. Now, 2 events what we need to go over is how the Sons were going up against the Aryan Brotherhood in season 2, and how in season 2 they committed a felony by rushing in with heavy armed assault rifles, and how they actually never went to court for that, and they were never proven guilty or innocent in a court of law. Now, the other event, which actually was in the season finale of season 2, is how Gemma Teller was framed for murder by Agent Stahl, ATF agent. Now, in season 3, this is actually, these 2 events plays a lot of role in the decision for our protagonist here, Jax Teller. Now, in the season finale, and the episode near the season finale, Jax Teller makes a deal with Agent Stahl of the ATF that Jackson knows people in the IRA, and in exchange for giving those people up, Agent Stahl will get rid completely 100% of Gemma Teller framed murder, and also with the also by giving up the IRA and giving up all these other things what she needs, what the ATF needs, he will also get his club a reduced sentence. Now we're going to talk about the actual deal, what they made. Now, Jimmy, which is an actual very importantly to the IRA, who is actually in Ireland, Agent Stahl wants him. But she also wants people of the Russian mafia, and she wants those people as well. Now, the IRA and the Russians are very closely related. They have a very close relationship, but when the club ends up going to Ireland, that's where the relationship really does pick up. So Jimmy, who's trying to flee away, he's trying to get safe passage to South America, who is currently in Southern California after leaving Ireland because he broke some of the IRA rules. So now he's with the Russians trying to find safe passage to South America. The Sons call in the Russians wanting to buy Jimmy from them. Now the Russians set a price tag for $2 million. Now obviously this is a regular biker club. You know, this isn't the whole entire Sons of the United States. This is just charming. And they do not have $2 million. But they need Jimmy, because Jimmy has scarred their family in more than one way. Now, they want revenge. So the Sons, they actually do a little bit of mashup here of fake bills with real bills to pad it out to make it look confusing. So basically, the Russians, they bite because they think the money's real. The Russians bite. They think the money's real, but it's too late by them because the Sons already have Jimmy in their possession. Now the deal was with the ATF and Jackson is that as soon as after the deal, that he would have Jimmy. Well, Jax changed his mind because Jimmy is the only thing they have left. Because the club rolled I apologize. The role what the club played was actually getting the Russians to the meeting point, and the ATF would just take over after they lured him out. Now, Jax betrayed Stahl because Jimmy, IRA here, was the only thing Jax had left. And he knew that if he would have gave Jimmy up at that point that Stahl could just arrest him, take him in jail, and that would be it. None of this would have never happened. So Stahl signs the forms, everything goes on, but Jack says that Jackson said Jimmy is at the clubhouse. So Stahl goes there, and the plan is that, because Jackson at this point doesn't want anybody to know that he is a rat, because he can die for shit like that. So the plan is that Agent Stahl will show up, and that she will say that she heard from someone else about this happening, about Jimmy being here, about them holding Jimmy. So when Stahl goes, Stahl double crosses Jax and tells the crew, "Oh, your vice president told me he's a rat." And emotions are based here. And basically, in the ending, this is where everything picks up. In the ending, this is that oh my god moment. How you can appreciate how truly amazing, how much work, how much thought the writers put into this. In the season finale, Stahl has Jimmy. And Jimmy in his back, and Jimmy is in the back of the ATF car, and Stahl has two men traveling with her. And Wayne, which we've actually known since season 1, he's a very strong character. He's a charming PD. He pulls up and tells Agent Stahl that, there's a bunch of Jimmy's guys, IRA, are up ahead. Send your man to go check it out, because officially they don't have Jimmy. None of this is happening right now. This is not on the books here. So basically, Agent Stahl's man goes and leaves to go check up the road, and Stahl is left with Wayne. Wayne as in our charming PD guy who has cancer and who'll be dying in a few months. This guy has nothing to live for. So basically, right there and then, a school bus pulls up, and you have some of the prospects and some of the remaining members of the Sons on that school bus. And the way how this runs down is that Jimmy is sliced throat, and his last words were to his Irish. Was to the man what has his woman, to the man what has his daughter, to take care of our girls. And then after that, his throat was just sliced. And then Stahl was killed by Opie, who pointed a Min Uzi to the back of her head in the car while her hands were on the steering wheel. She broke down in tears. It was very shocking, and her blood spilled. It was amazing. It was so it was dramatic. That's the way I wanted it to be. She was crying, and she paid her debt for living the kind of life which she was. And the word Gemma word actually coming earlier that none of this plan will never work, because this whole entire thing is based off of bullshit. It's based on lies. Now, in the end, all of you may be thinking, Jax is a dead man right then and there. That's what I was thinking throughout the whole entire thing. But what the writers don't tell you is that what they don't show you, what they don't make any signs of, is that Jax and the crew, they took a vote on this, and they took a vote on this, and Jax isn't actually a rat. They took a vote on this earlier, saying that this is the way they wanted things to play out, and that Stahl and Jimmy are both dead. And Stahl signed off on her recommendation, which will only now the Sons only have to serve 14 months, which is for a felony actually really good and short amount of time in jail. Now in the very ending, they do reveal somewhat of season 3, and they do reveal somewhat of Jackson's father, who throughout the whole entire series actually never shows his face because he's dead, but is actually one of our most strongest people in Jackson's life. And in the very end, all you hear is his words. And this is what he says. This is what in the very ending, after they leave Ireland, because Jackson's father had 2 widows, and the widow in Ireland puts the letters what Jackson's father meant to send to him, but actually never got to him. I'm sorry, I don't have the actual whole entire letter, but it was a lot, and it was in the very ending. But one of the actual strong lines, what he said here, was actually very remorseful, is, Gemma and Clay are together. They barely try to hide it from me. Gemma hates my apathy. She hates all of me. Her chill is terrifying. I know my days are numbered, and when these letters stop, you can be certain that my death will come at the hands of my wife and best friends. Now, that was really strong, and that's how they kind of end the series. But I'm sorry I don't have the full letter for you, but I'll try to find a link for it. I'll try to find a link to it. But basically, in the full letter, he mentions names what we've never heard before, and I didn't actually have time to read it, but I actually scanned through it, and to the right side where my description is, I'll post a link for you to there if you are interested in actually going up and looking at it, because E actually did a little blog, not a blog, but actually did a little review with the cast, and actually documented some of the hints for next season, season 4 of Sons of Anarchy, and what can we expect about that. And basically what I did manage to read out of that is that Jackson's father wasn't as strong as Jackson's expected to be. He wasn't this strong man what we all expected him to be. And in the end, he was going to leave the club. That he had this other wife, he had this other family. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but this is what I managed to get out of the quick scanning of E. That he had this other family, this other son. And yes, and it really does end with, words that will just really have your mind boggling about next season, what is that going to be like. But, they have Abel back, they have the family together, and, the sons, next season, they'll be out in around 14 months, maybe even earlier if they, get good behavior. So I want to thank you for listening here today, and Agent 1996, out.